Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is John Haack from the Cedar Rapids Community Concerts Association. John, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
This is a little bit of a familiar stop for you. You are retired Kirkwood faculty, are you not?
Staff. Yep.
Yep. And nice to have you back on campus. Changes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always good to be back on campus, but it's always nice to see a familiar face. There's fewer that I see that I recognize, but it's always good to be back on campus.
And you've been a board member with the Cedar Rapids Community Concerts Association for quite a while, yes?
About 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Before we talk about this year's lineup, tell me a little bit about the history of the organization, because it actually dates from the Depression.
That's right. The Cedar Rapids Association started in 1931, but prior to the Depression, as the Victrolas and the traveling groups were going into the large cities, the smaller communities and cities said, hey, we want some of that live entertainment also. So that got to a point in time where they decided to use what some people call the subscription period, or the pay before you attend. And so the community concert associations around the United States would collect money and then hire people to perform, and got off to a good start. Of course, then the Depression didn't help, but started back up after the Depression and really got a boost once World War II was over. And I think after World War II, eventually a year or two after that, there were over 1,000 community concert associations in the United States. So.
And of course, for the artists, it was an opportunity to contract, well, with individual organizations, but to kind of have something of a central point of contact with, knowing that if they went out on tour, here were some places where it'd be a pretty good chance that they could get these gigs. And for the associations, being able to get all those lined up and then have the subscription so that the money was in hand, worked very well for everybody for a long time.
Right. And in fact, I can't remember the gentleman's name, I should, but the movie Green Book, that person did, in his group, entertain in Cedar Rapids, and in fact was noted in the movie. But we had quite a variety of people coming through on their tours.
And continues today.
Yes.
You can do 5 concerts, right? But if you want to travel a little bit, you can double that.
Then you can also go. We have a reciprocal agreement with our friends up in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, where at the Gallagher Blue Dorn, the Metro Community Concert Association there has 5 concerts also. So our Cedar Rapids area members can go and to their concerts free of charge, and vice versa. So,
well, okay, we've set this all up. Now, tell me what the concerts are going to be for this year.
Well, we're very excited. In fact, we were fortunate enough to have the schedule set up prior to the last concert and handing out brochures and telling people what was on the agenda. A lot of people are very excited because of some of them they're familiar with. The first one, the Divas 3 in September. 3 women will be singing music over a period of time, I think from the 60s to the 90s, and doing a lot of the favorites from those eras. All of them have, of course, done performing in other locations, especially evidently Las Vegas is where these 3 have performed a lot. So, but yeah, Divas 3. The second one I'm really looking forward to, the Folk Legacy Trio. They were in Cedar Rapids probably 2 or 3 years ago, and these 3 gentlemen have, prior to getting together their own trio.
They have some serious cred in bands that you have heard of.
Mercy, yes. The Limelighters, the Kingston trio, Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie, the Weavers, and the Brothers Four, and Peter, Paul, and Mary, some of their tunes. But the Diamonds and the Kingston trios, where a lot of these people spent time prior to forming their own trio. So, October, yesterday, once more, this woman will be singing music made famous by Karen Carpenter. And so that's something that I think just about everyone will recognize. Evidently, there's even a lot of commercial jingles that Karen used to do over a period of time. And so they have a little bit of that too. But yeah, the Carpenters. And of course, we can't overlook another great opportunity for everyone, not only the Community Concert Association, but the Cedar Rapids area corridor jazz players.
Why, I've heard of that. I've heard of the Corridor Jazz Project.
Yeah, you should. I can imagine. In fact, it's a great partnership, Dennis. We're very pleased that we can be a part of this. And obviously, you know better than I how much it's continuing to grow these last couple of years.
We've been a part of the Community Concert Association season a few times.
Yep.
We kind of we kind of come in and out.
Sure.
So because of course your audience wants to see different things every year. But this year we actually we've gotten so big that we've had to divide the concert in two. There'll be one in Iowa City, but the one in Cedar Rapids will be a part of the Cedar Rapids Community Concert season. And I have heard from the band directors that it's not necessarily going to divide strictly north and south. I mean, you will see and hear some of the Cedar Rapids and Marion area bands, but you might also hear a couple from the southern part of the corridor too, because the date doesn't work. Sure. The other date doesn't work for them. Or I have some bands who say, "Oh, we see inside high school band stuff."
Yeah.
Cedar Rapids is in the Northeast Division, and Iowa City is in the Southeast Division.
Oh, okay.
So that it's kind of like conferences. Yeah. So that means they see each other and hear each other a lot. Yeah. So some of them have said, no, we want to go into the other division because we see these bands all the time. So it's going to be a very fun mix.
Oh, it's great. Well, like you say, the Corridor Jazz Project. I think it's outstanding. We feel an obligation to work with your group whenever we can, because we think it's a good opportunity for the students, and they're instrumental in actually vocal music programs too. So
well, we're honored to be a part of it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
What's going to wrap up the season?
Here Comes the Sun is the name of the group.
I think we know who that ensemble pays tributes to.
A little bit of Beatles music. And I can't remember what they say for sure, but they don't dress like the Beatles, but they perform like the Beatles. And so they're not there for glitter. They're there just to perform.
It's not about the costumes. It's about the music.
And again, the resumes of all these entertainers are just unbelievable, from Broadway all over the United States in various venues. It's just remarkable. Yeah.
Well, 5 concerts, maybe even 10. And of course, you would expect with today's concert prices to pay a pretty penny for this. But John, tell me what the ticket price is to subscribe to the Community Concerts series.
Well, right now, as of today, prior to July the 1st, a general membership ticket for the 5 concerts at the Paramount is $45. And if you want to reserve seat section, then it's $60. And July 1st, they do go up $5. But a family membership is $90, and students $15, and that stays the same throughout the year. So,
well, that's just about, I would call that just about the best entertainment value that anybody could get in town, that's for sure.
Well, thank you. And we owe it all to the all-volunteer board. No one is paid. We're all doing our thing to help make it all happen. And fortunately, we're able to let it happen at the Paramount. And I'm amazed how many performers after the concert talk about what an extra bonus it has been to perform in the Paramount.
Oh, it's a gem. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If people now, as John said, the price does go up on the 1st of July. So as we're recording this, just a few more days, and possibly by the time you hear it, even less time.
Yeah.
So assuming that people want to get their tickets immediately upon hearing or seeing this conversation, how do they do it?
Well, if they need to, they can, of course, go online to cedarrapidscommunityconcert.org. Or let's see here. Cedar Rapids Community Concert Association, P.O. Box 1434 in Cedar Rapids. So that's their operating post office box for stuff coming and going.
All right, so crcommunityconcerts.org if you'd like to order online. I think there's a phone number on that website too that people can call.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. If you're and you can find that online, or if you're watching, it is it's on the lower third underneath our smiling faces even as we speak. So
yep, I do have a number 319-540-2301.
Well, John, thank you and the board, all volunteers, as we said, for all the hard work in keeping this going during your time. Like so many things, you don't own this as much as you're leasing it and preserving it for the next generation to come aboard, and it's continues to stay strong. And sounds like a great season, and we're looking forward to being a part of it.
I'm glad that you are a part of it, and we're looking forward to it also. It should be a lot of fun and bring back some good memories from a few years ago.
Thanks again for being with us today, John.
Thank you, Dennis.
Again, crcommunityconcerts.org if you'd like to get your tickets. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or your favorite podcast player. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.